Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Spice and Nice.
I am Amanda Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. Welcome to today's episode. We're not live, sadly, but happily we are doing a recording for you guys. And today's topic is to do with mental health, which is like the hottest topic that the Gen Zs are always talking about. Mental health, okay. Specifically, gaslighting today.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically to do a proper episode, I looked up the definition of gaslighting. It means that you are using psychological means to make someone question their powers of reasoning or their sanity.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is like the definition itself, but in other ways you're being manipulated into thinking, why are you so petty, why are you so useless, what, etc, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, and said that do you want to share your experience, or I shall share my experience, or
Yeah.
what?
Let's go with her experience first, and then I will share mine.
Because I realized that, but I think, okay, for me it's very hard to tell when I'm being gaslighted or not sometimes, because I'm nice in the sense that I am okay. I see my boundaries are not, how should I put it? My boundaries are quite clear to myself, but I find myself doing it very often. If let's say it's somebody that I love or I am very close to, I tend to give in a lot. So then it becomes a lesson to myself. How far do I want to give in? When does it become manipulation? And when am I being just nice? You get what I mean? I think that's a very real problem for me, even till today. But and then again and then I ask myself, okay, what if the person has no intention of manipulating me? It's just that they are so used to talking in this way that they themselves don't realize that they're manipulating other people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I also manipulate other people. Like, for example, if I say something unpleasant to somebody, I know that it helps to soften the blow because I'm a girl. And I will use my very cute voice, like, oh, sorry, we're out of this today. Can we do something? Do you want something else instead? That actually is also manipulation in some form, right? You know what I mean?
No, that's what the universe give us as a
Yeah,
woman.
correct. So for me, sometimes like the line for me is a bit blurred.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that to get him or her, especially him, for me, because I'm a female, right? To choose something else, there are certain things I can do to kind of push them towards the decision I want them to make.
Yeah, but that's not called.
Precisely, you see. So
That's not called manipulate with me for me, because manipulate is you make the person do things favor for you. In this case, it's not about favor. It's about we don't have it.
Oh, but also
But I'm
favorable for me lah, in certain ways also.
no lah. For example, now you go to 7-Eleven, you want to buy condom.
Don't have.
Exactly, the person
Sorry.
will say don't have.
Don't have means don't have.
So then you have to go to the next 7-Eleven.
Or buy something else.
Right.
Another
So
brand.
it's in the term, like the person cannot say, I'm sorry, we out of this. Can you buy something else? No, and they need condom, right? So it's not
Another brand.
Yeah, so it's like I still think what you try to say with the way of you share with that story, I will book that in a way more like persuade. Persuade is more make sense because persuade takes skill, right? For tell someone that you need this and this is the better option for you. And it's not like life and death situation, But talk about manipulate is some situations. For example, you tell the auntie or uncle, for example, they don't have much knowledge, they're not good English. Say, you sign this, and after you die, you have more money for your children. Then that's manipulation.
Oh, because they're using their love for the children to make them sign something.
Correct, because this is have in news before. I just read
few
weeks ago. Yeah, the guy who from somewhere China come to Singapore and stay inside the house with the old lady and make her sign a lot of false statement. Her husband passed away because old age, right? So she is a old lady who the husband passed away and give her a bunch of money and stay in landed basically. It really later you Google that. So that's called manipulate. correct? Because you make the person do things to favor you, give you benefit of money and stuff that for your need. So that's selfish. So yeah, that's why I say what you shared just now for me is just a persuade, or I'm calling persuasion, or solve the problem, right? We don't want to be rude to customer, we don't want to rude to people, but at the same time we're not going like don't have clothes shop, we'll go somewhere else, we're not going to do that. So that like you try to give them something else. Yeah, so yeah, it's there, the lie is very thin, but at the same time it can be seen different, right?
Yeah, so I guess gaslighting is a form of manipulation. Like manipulation, then gaslighting is like a branch, a sub branch.
Yeah.
So gaslighting is usually done over a long period of time, and it increases slowly. It's like you're a frog being cooked lah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the heat is turned up very gradually. That usually the victims also don't know that being gaslighted.
Yeah.
So a very good. Okay, maybe talk about experience first. Then I there are some other ways that you can check in whether you're actually being gaslighted or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think it's like, yeah, the way you can check, yes, definitely. You can ask, first of all, the person that you should go for, of course, we recommend that the experienced person who are study about mental health, right? We're not here to tell you like, oh, you should listen to us because we are right. We share based on our experience, and I go see counseling before. I meet people who are in this sector. At the same time, I'm doing and learning on this stuff, and at the same time, I'm going to like I'm learning this to take degree, right? So I'm aware of how important that the basic knowledge will, and it's a bunch of things. You don't need to go university to learn like me. I'm just saying it's a bunch of knowledge about this, and only when I go through that, and when now I go study,
So you
is everything
realize-
makes sense, right? It makes sense, and I think life experience give me more clarity in the class, because when I learn, I like, oh, so that's
so that
what
was
it's
what
called.
happened to you.
Yeah.
Because but the issue is that when it was happening, you didn't know.
I didn't know.
You see,
I didn't
that is
know.
the dangerous part.
I didn't know, and I did ask this question to the professor. I say,
How to tell?
I say why we know that mental health is so important, and we know all the problem of adult in the world is come from a childhood. Why we don't book this in school? You know what the answer is? They did try, but it's not success.
Oh, what do you mean?
That's why they convert that into storybook
Oh.
about moral in life. Because you see, because we think everybody else interest, but it's not true.
Okay, I go.
Can you imagine if we book psychology stuff inside the school system? I know it's important for everybody, but then families still influencing them.
Yes.
So no matter what they learn in school, they come home, they were bound back to who a caregiver, who a parent, who are have a lot of problems that they don't even know where to solve themselves. And that's why we keep create a next generation who have behave. It come from a belief that they didn't solve from young, right? So get back. So when I learned about this, and I like, now I know. So it's not everybody born to be a good person. Not everybody born want to be good, and good and bad here is very subjective. Yeah. So to the gaslighting part, you guys already know that I divorced, right? And my divorce is it's just like it's super toxic and messy, and I have to book myself in the way of like I meet all my lawyer friend. Of course, they only share with me based on. Don't get me wrong, lawyer cannot share what their job is, but they can share like advice or perspective view of the experience they have to deal with certain client and compare with my case. And I don't do my case with my friend lawyer because that's just not allowing. That's not allowing to you do with someone that you don't know at all. So my lawyer is someone that I don't know at all, but I have friend who lawyer, and they told me, I say, if your ex-husband is not the worst man on earth that you experience, I think he close enough. That's how much they book. That's how much they book in my divorce story, because it's already many years and it's not ended. It's end on paper, but it's not ending life, right? When you have a child with someone who gaslighting, It's not fun. What I'm saying is not fun because he did that to you, he can did the same thing to the child.
I think that's the scary part because the child doesn't have as much experience.
Correct.
Or knowledge.
Yeah. And now that my child go through the same thing that I experienced in the past. For example, sometimes she come home, every time she meet her father, this is what she told me, like you can tell the child come back, she not enjoying, she fear, she telling lie. So and then she just tell me, I say I have to tell lie that I love my father, even I don't. Then I ask her why. She say because if I don't say that, he won't give me food. And I was like, that's so childish. Of course, she won't die. Listen, she won't die
from one meal.
But that's build the fear to the child. That's the gaslighting her to try to tell her the benefit of you want the child to love you. It's not big view like that,
It's a manipulation. It's built out of fear.
Yeah, built out of fear. So that's called manipulate.
Yeah,
because you're bigger than her, you have got money, you can make money, you can have your food, and you playing that card to the vulnerable child.
Control over.
Yeah. And I get what you guys were saying. How can you trust the kid? They were young, they can tell in lie. Why do you want to tell lie about you when you get hungry? you get what I mean? It comes from fear. And if your child even so scared of you that go home don't dare to tell you that another person bully her or bully him, then the question back is you maybe also build another fear to the child that the child don't want to be vulnerable with you.
Unable
to share, they don't want to speak up the truth, so and it's been repeated, right? So yeah. So what I experienced in the past, so when I married my ex, of course I have very limited English. Okay. And of course I don't blame him for my limited English, where I come from, my country, I don't have that privilege. I'm not sound like, so I blame the where I come from. No. I'm fight toward my life to improve myself, right? And then when I come here, of course, the thing that he will keep gaslighting me every day is that Vietnamese come here will do this, like this, and when you go out, people will hate you. They were like very racist toward you, and so on and so forth, right? So he built me in the bubble of believe what he say that
so that you will not go outside and make new friends.
Yes, don't find a job. Just
at trying to make a cage out of it and put you inside.
Correct. Yeah, and then it build up every day, and the more he say that, the more, because I have business in Vietnam before, so I'm a very businesswoman and I'm the very working person. You know how hard I work with. Like, of course, you guys don't see that in camera, but all my friends around me, they know how hard I work, right? I'm not a person like lazy, sit down and
like a cow. She work like a
cow. Something like that.
Yeah, Chinese say work like a cow.
Yeah, Vietnam also say the same.
Oh really?
Yeah, we say work like a dog or work like a cow.
Yeah.
So, and I sleep very limited. I work a lot, and then the more he say that, the more I question myself. I like, sure or not? Then I should find another way, because every time people tell me something, I will find another way to solve the problem. I'm not complaining, I will solve the problem. So every time I go out, I find a new job, or I make new friend, or I do something achieve, then this is what he will tell me. He will say, do you think people really friend you because you did this? They just, for example, if you meet a new girlfriend, they'll say she just bought her husband take care of her. That's why she have a good life. That's why she have free time. That's why she have someone like you boring talking to her. You think who care of her? So you know what I mean? Like he always
tries to make you feel useless and worthless.
Yeah, like every time he will give me something that make me feel like, yeah, maybe he makes sense. And then for example, if I get paid better, or like my job I get promoted, he will say something like, yeah, you just luck only, it's just like one time or moon time you will get something, and even you continuing doing that, then this is what he will say. Yeah lah, because you work with all the stupid people, useless, that's why you better than them lah. But it's the truth is you're not that good, you're just lucky that you work with stupid people. So yeah, I can tell you everything that you show to me right now. I can bow back what exactly how he built a relationship is, until it come to the day, right? Even I'm success in my business, and my business partner come over the house, and he come down and he see a bunch of car and all that, right? He was shocked, right? And you know what he said? He said like, "Oh, these people is just trying to scam you only. Who want to show off like this?" Then in my head, I'm like, you need to have something so people can scam, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The problem is you don't have anything,
and nobody wants to scam you.
And you think people scam you, and that's when it's the more red flag I have. Of course, red flag before married. I'm not denying my mistake. I'm just sharing my experience on gaslighting is when everybody around me, even my girlfriend, my friend, my business partner, telling me how much amazing I am, and they miss me, who they was know me when I just married, not when I'm after I have kids. Because after I have kids, I even more fear.
Because now you have somebody else that is depending on
Yeah.
you.
So the gaslighting getting worse when you have something
Precious to you.
Yeah, and then he would keep use my child to be threatening me. He was like, "This what you want ever have? You want ever don't have this life? You what kind of mother are you?" And now he's still doing that. Now he still say you're the horrible mom. You're a shitty mom. He used all sorts of word to make me feel guilt as a mom that I make a decision to divorce. And he not giving up on that, right? And that's what I'm telling. Like, it's something that yes, I agree with you that the person unaware. But if the person and this video is for someone who in a toxic relationship. I'm not talking if someone who in good relationship. And this is working toward men and women as well. Some guys suffer from the woman who do opposite.
It doesn't matter about gender.
Yeah,
because
so
it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, and I told you like even I told you the story about police. Like when I come down, the first thing is, and don't get me wrong, I don't feel any I don't feel any offense by the policeman or policewoman harsh toward me. Because as a Vietnamese, I'm aware of my people not that nice. So they they have to do the job to protect this country. So I'm fully respect all the policemen in Singapore, police lady in Singapore. Uh, they do a great job and they do what they have to do to Singapore to protect this country. But I'm just sharing my experience go through that with a woman that I will humbly say that I'm a kind and sweet and nice person. I'm really I am. And I have to go through that experience. It's really make me feel very ashamed as a human because I've been married someone that's so horrible that bring trouble to me and then trouble to my kid and then trouble to the public. Does that make sense to you? It's like you go there and you make a ton of mess and then you make the person upset and he not even do anything wrong. He just did his job and then you insulting him. And then the cause of that is of course he also feel upset toward me, right? And I can feel it. We learn this. We know like if I slap your child upset, your child go to school and slap another kid because they need to throw out what the upset inside to someone.
And they haven't learned yet how to release it.
Yes.
Harmlessly.
Yes. And even we tell the policeman, oh, don't take it personal. It's a job. Very hard for them.
No, because humans are
they human. They everyday face to face it. For example, I have girlfriend who are a police lady, right? And she's so nice. But when the first time she see me, she know I'm Vietnamese. She like, you Vietnamese, ah? Then I know already. I say I'm sorry on behalf of Vietnamese. Then after she, of course, take time for her to know me as a person because we go class together. And then one day she told me, she said, you're the first Vietnamese so nice ever I ever meet in my job. I said like because I tell her because you never meet me in your job. You meet me in your maybe job, different. Maybe different. But this is you meet me in the class and outside, and then we learning degrees together. So it's different. So I get back. The awareness is that amount of self like it kind of you change when you cannot take the pain anymore. That's what I have to say. I think I come to the pain in my life at the point of a bottom that no other pain can even make that worse. That's how much pain I go through, like inside me, right? And when you come down there and you listen to like police tell you how much he tried to make you get out from this country. You're just discussing, like you discussing someone
disgusting.
Yeah. So again, gaslighting is something like why he doing this for his favor, right? Obvious. He never want to divorce. I the one who make a decision to divorce.
Actually, basically, he doesn't. Okay, from what I can hear, is he doesn't want the marriage. He just wants to get back at you because you made. It's like okay, it's like children. Like for example, a guy and a girl are together, and then the girl decides to break up with the guy. The guy is now upset not because he actually wants a relationship, but because he is not the first person who break up. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So in this case, it sounds like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the person who do wrong is not me one.
Yeah,
I
I know.
so.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that it's out of like the pettiness
Yeah.
of I should be the first one to break up with you, not you the first one. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. So gaslighting in my relationship, oh my god, I can tell you a bunch of story. It's built up every day, every single day.
But that's how gaslighting is. A very little.
Very little every day.
Every day a little.
And it's very scary
Every day a
because,
little.
for example, if we don't have intimacy, right? When we fight or when I had pregnant, he told me that because I pregnant, he don't want. I look ugly when I'm pregnant. Then after you give birth, he will say like, you look disgusting with the pump milk, and I see you like that. I cannot intimate with you anymore because she keep traumatizing me. And then he come back from work, then he was like you look like cow or something. You know, they will, so they basically every day they will have a reason why you should not even there, but you should be there because you are a victim of them, so they want to control you. That's how it works, and it's getting worse and worse and worse when you have no support, you don't have friends, you don't have family to understand the situation you go through, and they make you feel like share with people. This is like a shame. You ashamed your husband is like you ashame you, because you choose him, and then you just have to keep shut up, and that's when the when I go to court and the court asked me like, did he abuse you? I say, I don't know what definition of abuse mean. Is that he have to physically beat me up? Because if he beat me up, maybe he less hurt than he mentally abused me for over many years. He destroyed my self-esteem. He destroyed my last few years of believing myself. And now, right, you know, like I make way more money than him, right? And I'm way more effective as a human being because I less one burden to take care. Take care of my child better. I take care of my business better. I take care of people around me, my loved one better. It reflects a lot why I do the work that I'm doing right now. Actually, because I aware how many women outside there may be similar situation like me, and they don't have a voice to speak up, and they don't even know like they need someone to tell them like, yes, maybe you are in gaslighting right now, and it's no a shame to ask for help, right? Go for counseling. Yes, you can. You need to pay a few $100, but it worth. The end of the day, you need to understand your situation. You want to solve something, you need to know what problem you're in first. You cannot solve something that you don't even know what is this called, right? Like now when I learn, there's so many medical terms for that. Then so many research, so many study, and it's make me more aware of like I'm glad I go through that, you know. Then the lesson make me understand easier.
Yeah, I get what you mean because you have had a first-hand experience.
Yeah, because it's, when you learn theory, it's just theory.
It's just words.
Theory is just theory. You read, you learn, because some case the professor explain, I never experienced. So I hear, I can compare with what I experience. I'm like, so this is what I experienced, or this is what in theory. I never experienced before, but interesting. Because when you experience already, you learn, it's getting more deep. Now you can break it down. Yeah, you can break it down easy. Like so this is what the person do. This is what you should behave. This is what you can do. And exactly like you say, in general, people don't aware of this.
Yeah. So if you are in a relationship like that, how do you tell is okay? There are a few red flags. If you are, I hope that whoever, we never know. Maybe this video will just meet just even one person who needs this. How do you know you slowly start losing your friends? Not because you're a horrible person, but because you are afraid of getting in touch with your friends.
Yeah.
You are afraid of taking time for yourself to excuse me, there's a fly here.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a sign.
Oh your
for the
friend,
smelly people.
or your friend come to you and say it's not healthy,
Correct.
or
So,
they will tell you like this is not you.
correct. So if you have, okay, so if you just have, of course, if you just have one friend who's telling you it's not healthy, then maybe not. But if all around you, all your friends, all the people around you telling you that this is not healthy for you, and yeah, so that's the second red flag. The first red flag is if you start finding yourself being afraid to take time out for yourself. Not okay. Not talking about guilt. Okay, if it's self guilt, nobody's telling you, oh, you're bad mom if you take time out for yourself, but you own self feel guilty because sometimes moms do feel guilty.
Yeah, of
by
course,
by
of course.
themselves now. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if you try to take care of yourself and then whoever is in your life telling you that is a bad idea and etc. That is actually also gaslighting.
Yeah.
Don't. So that's red flag number one. You start to fear taking time out for yourself, whether
Yeah.
it's with your friends or just taking care of yourself. The second red flag is if all the people around you is telling you that this is not healthy for you and that you should leave. And then now you need to make a decision. I have some friends who stay with the husband. Okay, once again, I'm saying this is not gender specific. It's just that in my personal experience, my friend is ladies. Okay, so they stay with their husband because of the kids. They want the kids to have a complete family. But then my question to you is, the kids is watching what is going on in the family. They are watching this relationship between you and your husband, and then this is what they learn that they think a normal relationship is like.
Yep.
Then my question to you is it not worse? Do you want your child to grow up and think that this is normal? So if you're in a relationship where the male is toxic and you have sons, the sons will think that this is okay to behave like that to my future girlfriends. If same lah, if let's say you have a daughter, the daughter will think that it's okay to be treated like shit.
Yep.
Okay, by my future husband, by my future boyfriend. So if you don't want this to repeat for your kids, don't think about just a complete family. What kids actually want is not complete family. It actually to kids, of course, it is better in terms of comparison to their school friends and all that. But in the long run, it's not healthier for them. They will learn that it's okay to get other people.
Yeah.
They will learn that it's okay to manipulate other people to get what they want, whether it is actually useful for the other person or not. So it's now your turn, and you have a choice to choose to break out of this cycle by yourself. If you don't, then it becomes your children's problem. So do you just take courage?
Yeah.
And then whichever of your friends tell you that you need to leave, you can go to them. They are the ones who will advise you on what is good for you.
Yeah.
Versus just like, oh no, you should stay together because of the. I know we all love our kids now, but at the end, is it short-term happiness or you want long-term happiness? Which one is it, right? Suddenly talk about such deep things. But anyway, today's topic is quite deep lah.
Yeah.
Gaslighting, gaslighting actually can also come from a place of love, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So my personal experience
You even can gaslighting from even parent to the children.
That's what I'm going to talk about. Okay. My mom has body image issues. Okay, my mom is actually a very, very caring parent. She's those kind that will make sure that we are well fed, that we have everything that we need, and make sure that the environment is conducive for us study. You know, that kind of thing. She's a very, very loving, but she wants the best of us, and she doesn't have that self awareness that we have now. To pass it on. Okay, so she has body image issues, and because of that, right, the way she talks to us, for example, if we eat more, she will say, but this out of love, she will say like, you eat so much, you really so fat already, you cannot eat so much. You know what I mean? And she it comes out from a place of love, but slowly, I took this in, and it became my internal voice to myself. And it's very I am still practicing to not talk to myself like that, but it comes from self-awareness. So now I have a choice: do I break this cycle or do I continue this? So by being self-aware and listening to myself when I talk the way I talk to myself, it's a chance for me to break the cycle. Yeah, so that is also another way of gaslighting.
Yeah.
Like sometimes even when we go home for dinner, right, then we eat, then she's like, you eat so many TVs because technically TVs are not good for us.
What is that?
Like snacks like potato chips or pineapple, that's
okay.
actually not good for us, right?
Yeah.
So instead of saying things like, why don't you eat something else that is better for your health? But her focus becomes on the fat part. So then it's still out of love, but then the focus is different because of all this language that we use, right? It seeps in, you see. And then so instead of saying, oh, I should eat this because it's healthier, then I'm like, oh, I should not eat this because it's making me fat. So that's also another way of gaslighting. So that's why as parents the responsibility is very heavy.
I calculate every day what I tell Ava.
Yeah, but because you have self-awareness,
It's very difficult when you have kids.
especially when I think especially when your emotions are high also.
Yeah.
Especially because people we love are the ones who makes us the angriest lah. Okay.
Yes,
or the
yes.
most upset. It's the same for everybody. If I don't love that person, I don't care about the person, I am not gonna get upset with the person.
Of course.
Like who
because
are
we
you?
don't care. Yeah.
Who are you? You're a shrimp, okay?
You're a shrimp.
Or a worm, whatever. But then it's only because people we love, then that's why they make us the most upset. But that is also when we need to watch ourselves. But also when it's the most difficult. So how you do is you self-aware lor. When you feel like you are getting into that space where you know you are not thinking clearly,
Yeah.
you need to remove yourself just in case you accidentally gaslight someone else. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not only come from the place of love, also come from a place of control. And the people who lose control the most, right? Especially like you say, family, they will try all sorts of things to. I still remember when I'm young, right? It's like my father will always threatening, but if you do this, I will die for you. Then I let you see.
Oh, that's an emotional, emotional.
You know, after for a while, right? Your brain just say, so when you die, I'm sorry, I say that it's not out of rudeness,
but because you are so tired of it.
Yeah, it's just so like, oh, even my stepmother sometimes she say like, oh, she already her heart is not well, her blood pressure is not good, and then she do that. Then my brother who's same father with me, he out of fear, like he don't dare to leave the house, he cannot go to city to start his life because the mother keeps saying like, you just want the son there, like you to control.
Like if you leave me, I'll die. If you leave me, I'll have a heart attack. How
Yeah.
can you be so unfilial?
Or like my relative when I was young, right? They were always like gaslighting me, kind of like, oh, if you don't study, you will be like your mother. You may be a prostitute, or you're going to be.
Even if study, you can also become prostitute.
Yeah,
okay?
it's like, and I was like, now I'm studying, I figure out like, and that's the only thing all these people know. Like they sell you fear, make you do things.
But actually, Asian parenting a lot of the time is built on fear.
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
Yeah. It's scarcity mindset. It's like, oh, it's so scary. You have to do this. If you don't do this, your life will be like this. Now I do very simple. Eva tell me she don't want to study, right? I say, sure. But if you come to the in front of class and people make fun of you, you cannot complain to me.
Because you chose.
Because you chose to
not to study.
You chose to don't study, right? And I say, too bad. If you don't want to study, you should go to the government. Tell them you don't want to study. You don't want to be a Singaporean. And you pay the consequence. So I make her become an adult to think for herself. And I tell her, I said, look, in Vietnam, people want to study, don't have money. And I have no problem. I'm clearly not tell her, I have no problem to pay for all the children in Vietnam education rather than pay for the ungrateful person like you, right? And I told her upfront that. Why I'm saying that? Because it's something like I don't want to gaslighting her. I don't want to tell her like, oh, if you don't do this for mommy, I will die for you. I live here, I'm sacrificed for you, and you don't understand. No,
I earn so much money to feed you.
And no, I'm not going to do that, right?
But it is true there are consequences.
I will tell her the consequence,
and then you choose.
Then she choose, right? And then it's come from her. I say, good. Then I will bring back the story. She come home and cry with me. I say, why I have to pay for tuition? Remember on this day you come home and you cry with me and you say that everybody have sticker and you don't have?
Or like the well done sticker kind of thing.
Yeah. And you tell me that you don't want to go to school because your Mandarin is so bad. I say, then I help you. Now I help you. You don't want to study. Then you continue go back to school and then don't
No
have
sticker.
sticker and then don't complain. You
Okay.
complain,
I
I want
know.
to, so it's like I'm not. I can see it's like you still have to discipline the child. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you can play as much as you want, but at the same time, you need to make sure like they study certain thing that is need for them. If she in Vietnam, there a different story. She in Singapore, she have to follow Singapore system, And if I don't let her follow here, then she suffer in class.
She will suffer later lah. But it's quite like you see you told her the consequences.
Yes.
Like if you do,
and she experienced that before, and that's the best part.
also
Like you need to let them.
Remembers.
Yeah, you need to let them taste it first.
She remembers the pain.
She
like,
remember.
how do you stop them from touching something hot?
Yeah.
You let them touch something not so hot.
Yeah.
But a bit hot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it actually hurts.
Yeah.
So it's going to be worse.
Yeah, and it's not one time, like few times. So that's why she remembered that.
The pain.
She remember how that's feeling, and then I tell her the consequences. I say, I'm very simple. If I don't pay tomorrow, the teacher not come, no problem.
Yeah.
I save some money for me. It's not a big deal for me. Even cost money for me to bring somebody to teach you. But now you need to know your consequence. And most of parents, they don't give the kid the big picture because they come out of I don't know. I feel it's from the ego. Like we want to make a picture of a perfect parent for the kid or something. You don't want to make the kid feel like, oh, you have a difficulty in life or something. I don't agree with that. For me personally, I feel like tell the truth with compassion. You don't tell for them to understand. You tell for them to aware that
this is the result.
This is a result. You in this situation, I in this situation, we in this situation together. Let's make it work as a team. That's it. She may say no, I don't want to involve with you, but at least you did share with her.
This is the result.
Yeah, and I know it's tough to honest with kids sometimes.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the parents, in my experience, they don't share the entire thing because they don't believe that
the kid can understand.
They don't believe that the kid can understand and make the right choice.
I will tell you they know.
Because there is always a pain point for kids, right? They will compare with other people. Yeah. So
I will tell you they know. So
they will know, and then if they fail a few subjects, because I follow this person that he's an investor. He's saying he has 3 kids. He also don't force them to study. He's like you. If you don't study, it's fine, but your results will be like that. That's all. So the first few semesters, they really didn't study, and then after that, slowly they started studying because they realized that they are falling behind all their friends.
Yeah.
And their friends go to better classes, they cannot go.
Yeah.
So they start losing friends.
Yeah.
And then they start studying.
Yeah, I agree because.
But there must be a pain in that. There's a pain.
Yeah. You have to okay for them to fail, and that's the price I'm willing to do, right? If she come back and complain, I like okay, but I did like I don't say the word like I did told you here is mean like I'm smarter than you. I say I did told you before. It mean I did told you and we discussed about this. Yes, we discussed about this. We go to this conclusion and this is your choice, remember? And every time repeated the choice they make for them. Not to like pinpoint them. See, you never listen to me like that. No. I make that to make her responsibility for her life.
Yeah.
Right?
Because she has to make a choice when she goes out.
Yes. And it's a thing like, and I tell her are you sure? Because this is the choice you make, you have to responsibility for that. Not right or wrong. It's just a choice, and this is your choice.
Yeah, if like for example, if you do something illegal, you have to go to jail. That's it.
Yes.
It's the consequence, okay? So you want to go to jail, you do something wrong. That's all. But it's the same as even as adults or as human beings. I think it's the same. We learn from struggles.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes parents, obviously as parents, you prefer your child to have a worry-free life, to be happy every day.
Cannot.
Okay, but without struggles, they will not learn.
Yeah.
It's just like even as adults, how we learn is through struggle, right? When we learn a new subject, struggle.
Yeah.
When we learn a new language, struggle.
Yeah.
Everything is a struggle.
It's just the school time will be very fast in Singapore.
What do you mean?
She just started, so I feel like, oh my god, it's so long. You mean like the
It's
time
only
in
going to get worse.
really?
I shouldn't scare you. Actually, it's not true, lah. It's not going to get worse. It's just a process that she has to go through, and it okay. Definitely, school is going to get harder and harder in the terms of the things that she has to do, but also because she's getting older and older.
Yeah.
So it's like what we discussed before. When your capacity increase, the amount of responsibility you get will increase.
Yeah.
So it will increase together with her age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just how it is.
It's okay.
You have had a personal experience.
Denise passed it, so Eva should be fine.
Yeah, but the thing is that I had
another Saggy already passed it, so
I had okay. Her biggest issue will never be about school.
Oh really? Okay, great.
Her biggest
My bigger issue is school.
Her biggest issue will always be about peers, because humans are a lot more difficult to navigate than school. Correct or not?
Yeah.
School, you ask the teacher to come, the teacher teach you, that's it. But then with peers, with friends, it's difficult, and all of them are changing.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's like we are stable already. I'm stable in my character, you are stable, and then we meet together, then we work out our relationship, right?
Yeah.
But imagine they are not stable, they're not stable, then they meet together, not stable together. You get what I'm trying to say? And then that's why you have like, today I'm your friend, tomorrow I'm not a friend anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's obvious. And come to the day you don't remember how many friends you used to have. I don't remember at all.
I don't remember.
From my kindergarten to my primary school to secondary school to high school. Oh my god.
So it's sometimes
I don't even remember.
That's why teenagers are so, they are grappling with a lot of things that we as adults don't understand, because everything is stable for us already.
Yeah.
I am this kind of person, this is how I behave, and I'm aware of myself to a certain degree.
Yeah.
They are not aware, they do not know how to behave. They see their friends, they try to copy their friends who are also not aware.
Yeah.
So they like.
Yeah. And gaslighting also will have in friendship as
Of
well.
course.
So gaslighting is in all form, not only marriage or not only dating, also in family, also in friend, and sometimes even in workplace.
So the only way you can know is to be very aware of yourself and to really check if you're sometimes, because as victim to gaslighting, you are already unsure of yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
so you're already insecure.
Yeah.
You already feel yourself is tiny and small and most of the time I have to say this. People who been gaslighting is the most nice and kind and giver.
Yeah, that's why they are being gaslighted, because they are givers by nature, right? But so if you feel a bit strange, like I said, all those red flags, just check in with your friends. And your friends will be, and if you have a family here who loves you, check in with them. Yeah, because definitely, like it or not, our parents usually know, because they have had more experience of human beings than we have. So sometimes one look they will tell this person is not a good person. That's how they know.
Yeah, I think listen to your family, your friend who are not emotional, who care about you, definitely would be very highly likely recommend. I was listen to all my friends and everybody around me when I go to marry this guy, right? And yes, I pay the price. And
the price will come.
And anyway. I still remember when I go for wedding day, my best friend still tell me like, "You sure you want to marry this guy? You were dating with way more better than him. Like even dating, is that like you date so many guys way better than him? Why you want to marry this guy?"
It's a lesson that you need to learn for the university.
Exactly.
They put the worm inside the present box and then it gives you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then the worm grow bigger and bigger.
Yeah. The only thing I earned from the divorce that is Ava. That's it.
No, but you learn a huge lesson from it.
Oh yes. Oh, freaking huge.
But because of that, also that's why you started going to money and all that.
That's true.
That's how you got into your journey of self-discovery and self-awareness and why you're doing what you're doing today.
Yeah, true.
So he's the worm that became your training ground.
It kind of like how to say like I'm a kind of stubborn, so I get it. You never need to give me a normal, not a small or plastic hammer. You know, you need to give me a huge one.
You know, like the tall hammer.
Yeah. So that now I get it. You know,
she needs to be flattened to a pancake first.
Yes.
And then after she'll like, okay, fine, I give I listen to you.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of the huge one. The soft one, I never learned my lesson.
Soft.
So I got it. I got it, universe.
Yeah, so now she has learned to listen to the universe better. I need to learn that also, so that she has less of a mic drop.
I know.
If you don't listen, the mic drop is going to come.
Oh yeah, very aware, very aware.
It's already lined up for you. So that's something I need to learn. I need to learn to listen to the universe. Okay, I think this is it for our gaslighting episode. If any of you really needs help, yeah, maybe we can put some. Okay, I'll go look for some hotlines.
Yeah,
Singapore actually quite supportive in such. Got SMS version, so if you don't talk to people, you feel like you can SMS in.
have Singapore is a place of.
I will find some sources.
I have to say it's heaven.
Singapore,
whoever say here is not, I'm sorry.
Actually, we are quite spoiled.
I have to say it's heaven. Yeah. Who will not agree with me, I don't care. I still think it's heaven for my experience. Like if people go through the traumatized of doing paperwork like me right now, I just do a piece of paper with my empathy. You will know what I'm talking.
Oh, your empathy. Oh, really?
Yeah. It's been third time I go down. And so much money I have been paid. And still not.
She's trying to. You're trying to renew your passport.
Yeah, my passport.
Okay, so she's trying to renew her Vietnamese passport, but she's having many issues, even though she's a Vietnamese.
Yeah, so Singapore is heaven.
Singapore is very straightforward. The photo must be this size, must be this color, and you have all these details. That's it, you're done.
Yeah, and you submit online. You don't need to see me. I don't want COVID from you.
I'm not interested.
Please just pay. Just pay by Visa, net card, whatever card.
They go down, collect, stop.
And you just come down with your IC and take your passport. That's it. Full stop.
Your old passport must bring down.
Yeah. That's it. So I do that forever. I do that forever, Kate. I will tell you, if they book you 8:30 in the morning to see you to collect the passport, that's mean 8:30. It's not mean like 8:29 or 8:35. It's like 8:30. Exactly 8:30. Your number will ding and you come there.
And then if you miss it,
sorry, another day. So that's how accurate the system is.
But last time, it was such a mess to get a passport done.
But
it was
but I go with my ex before to that, so I know. Yes.
It queued 10,000 years.
Have you gone to Vietnam?
No, I was born here. I'm a privileged citizen.
I tell you, like, and from the time I know him to now, how many years? Maybe 8 years ago I go down, and with now, what are you talking about? It's extremely heaven. So yes.
I agree. It's very, very heaven now. It's very, very straightforward. It's lovely.
Yes.
So I guess this is it for our today's episode of gaslighting. I hope that I will put some resources down.
Yeah.
In the description box, so if you have anything, just let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. See you guys
in the next episode.
week.
I am Amanda Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. Remember to like, share, subscribe us.